You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! 15 Minutes of Fame, man. I'm back with my guy, Murda, Mook,
yeah.
Mob.
John Ankrum.
John Ankrum.
John Ankrum.
And is that John Julio?
John Ankrum.
John Julio? Was that you?
What?
Is it another Twitter, John Julio? Or?
Oh, John Julius. Yeah, that's my alter ego.
Okay.
Yeah, I should follow him on the gram. It's not Twitter, on Instagram. John Julius _ John Julius _ that's my alter ego where he can say all the shit Murda Mook can't. But you know, John Ankrum is, you know, I'm an actor too, so you know I want to use some of that, you know.
When you commented about
I lost some weight, man. You know,
it was you.
Oh, word?
And then I looked at the profile. I was like, alter ego. Oh, by the word.
Yeah. You see?
I said, oh, so that's
but you see, I was trying to get in contact with you.
No doubt.
Definitely, you know what I mean? I was definitely trying to get in contact with you. I hit you from, I had lost my shit, was crazy. I went to jail, all kind of shit. But I'm good. But yeah, you see, I lost weight and all that, nigga. I'm in this gym, nigga. I'm trying to, boy.
Trying to stay young and fit.
I just seen that Forbes come out. Oh my God. I need to be up on that. Man, 2 years, man. 2 years, man.
Take
2 years, bro.
Take your time and hurry up.
Exactly.
First thing I wanted to ask you was, how many phone calls did you get when Surf came home?
Well, you know what? I don't really get a lot of phone calls, to be honest, because like people that's close to me, like they don't like battle rap. They know where I'm at with it. So it's like I don't like nobody called me about that. Okay. To be honest, like it wasn't news to my niggas, or they didn't, you know what I mean? Like it's always good for somebody to fucking be released from prison. You know what I mean? But it didn't really catch on their radar because they didn't, like, that's not where they at in their mind. Like they, you know, we on some other shit with the movie, you know, like we was involved in that. You know what I mean? Now, on the internet, that's a whole different fucking story. Like the internet, my nigga. The internet. I actually had spoke to Surf in jail. That's, you know, one time too, man. I was actually trying to go see him. Like, you know, I ain't gonna put that out or nothing because, you know, I'm not that kind of nigga. But, you know, coming from where I come from, you know, just seeing somebody in that position, you know, especially just being, you know, he was clicking with his music too. Woof. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he one of the most successful battle rappers when it comes to the music.
Yeah, man, he was definitely clicking with the music, and then for the whole, like, you know what I mean? That's fucked up. Yeah. You know, so I definitely kicked it. Like, you know, I spoke to him on the phone and shit. You know, I planned on going to see him and shit, but I never got to do it. But when he came home, man, the people, like, my shit was yeah, yo, we back. He back. Yo, what's good with, like, this man ain't walked, this nigga ain't took his socks off, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, let him take a shower. You feel like soon as he came out, man. But you know, that's love for a nigga, man. And you know, he got a lot of love, especially when, you know, you go to prison, people forget, you know, things that they might, you know, some transgressions that might have came, that you might have done, you know, with battle rap fans, you know, like, you know, because I've heard a lot of shit before, like, yo, you're not taking it seriously, you know, he took some losses, you know what I mean, people doing that shit, but then as soon as you go to jail, you come out, all that shit is white clean.
I already forgot about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and I'm not trying to say that to bring it up, but I'm just saying, you know, that's beautiful thing, like, you know what I'm saying, it's like he got the slate clean white, and, you know, now, you know, it's back to let's hate Murda Mook. You know, for people like, yo, now we got somebody that we could, you know, because I always said I was gonna battle him. You know, I don't know if I'm getting too ahead, but
no.
With the T-Top, I was gonna battle T-Top actually.
Yeah, because I talked to Top, and that's where he broke down how it was supposed to be you and him first.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna battle T-Top, bro, and like it was right before, you know, my birthday, a little bit before, early December or something. You know, I'm just like, yo, you know, because I saw the small rooms, the small room shit. Yeah, and I got hype. I'm like, yo, this is my shit. Like, this is like I feel like in that shit, like people don't really know how busy I get in that kind of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
we know, cause that's where you come from.
Nah, but niggas don't know. No.
Okay.
They don't know how close proximity. Like it's like this. You remember when? Like I remember Rex in the slaughter, in the total slaughter, like in that house.
Right.
When it's close proximity, how like dangerous Rex is in that kind of proximity, because that's the real shit niggas come from.
You just killing everybody in that house.
Right. It's not like, hey Roxy, how you doing? It's not. It's like a thing where the proximity, like we don't. The big stage and all of that is, you know, it's beautiful. It's, you know, but it's a lot of performing and a lot of acting and a lot of
crowd,
yelling. Yeah, you know what I mean? Crowd and you know what I mean? Yeah. But in that, they don't really understand how busy I can get in that. You know what I mean? Because all of the angles and all of that go all out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, like all of that goes out of the window. You know, I'ma still have be Murda, Mook and those type of shit, but it's gonna be a whole different type of energy, a whole different kind of aggression. And you know,
I can tell you just excited talking about
it's because I'm coming like this. It's like this. It's like this. It's like this. It's like the bars and another thing that people like that I don't understand for the life of me. It's like people like yo, you know, his bars is like, you know, because I don't do the bars that they do. I don't do and I peep the head up and I don't like that kind of like bubble. You know what battle rap kind of got like to me? Like how rap is right now. You know what I mean?
It became more about entertainment.
It became about entertainment.
Right.
And a lot of battle rappers I see now, they putting up with this and they scratching their head like, damn, like where? Because right under us, and you know, not to shit on none of the new dudes, but a lot of these niggas is just buffoonery. Like I don't even see people be like, yo, did you see? Can't even keep up with nobody. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a new dude every single second. And it's like just the same way that how music is just got so watered down.
Yes.
And, you know what I mean? Just the content is not even the same. People don't do
25 of them sound exactly the same. So you don't know if
bro.
I thought that was
right. I promise you, all of them niggas sound the same to me, son. Like it's like I can't even. So when somebody tell me somebody nice, I just gave up on nice, because there's no more nice. Like people don't even know what nice is, man. Like I always make this analogy, man. Like if you feeding somebody, you know, spam and telling them it's filet mignon, right? Since they knew, and then you give them a filet mignon, they gonna be like, what is this? I'm like, yo, that's filet mignon. He's like, no, that's not. What is that? That's disgusting. He be like, nah, that's filet mignon. He's like, nah, this is filet mignon. They gonna point right to spam. That's exactly what's happening. Like people been getting force fed and fed this so nasty, and it's like, I don't know that's why I don't even entertain it. So people like, yo, you watch battles? Not that I'm being like, oh, I'm too big for. I just don't watch these niggas. Right. Well, you know. When like I watch the good ones, you know what I'm saying? Like I watch,
gotta pick and choose.
Yeah,
watch certain people,
and that's always. I also the rapping and acting the bars. Also in a small room, I'm going back to what I'm gonna let them know what the lines is and all of that. So back to that story, and you just had to let them know. I was watching that and I just got hyped, you know, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know, I just tweeted like, yo, boom, 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 and you know, it went all the way to the
crazy, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So
right away,
you know,
I think it was surf. Right away, people were saying,
yeah, but see, what happened is, I'm gonna get to that, right? Mm-hmm. So when I tweeted that, Beasley and them, like, you know, they had reached out, you know, because it's always gonna be that, you know, like I'm never, you know. There's a lot of things that Smack and them has says that I ain't agree with. You know what I'm saying? As far as just me, I don't know how with everybody else, but some things they said, like I'm just like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all my mans, like like, it ain't supposed to go that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we supposed to be able to talk about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Like, I ain't trying to, you know, but it's just a lot of he say and she say and back. That's what, you know, but I didn't get into none of that. But, you know, this is even the first time I'm even really saying that. But, you know, like, in the broad spectrum of the things is like, I understood. I'm a person that I look at all perspectives. Like, I always look at somebody, and I play devil's advocate a lot. So I don't just jump into a conclusion or something. I understood. I looked and be like, damn, but I could understand where Smack might have been coming from with some of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he took offense to something I said in the Queen's Flip interview when I was like, yo, Smack was just a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't saying that to be disrespectful, or I wasn't saying that to try to belittle him. I just didn't know any other way to say it, because that when we first were battling, that was really what the situation was. Like, that's like Uncle Rod, like, all right, boom, niggas know you now. But before, it was like, yo, he was just I was holding the camera for heavy bat. Right. You understand? So you get what I'm saying? It's like, yo, he was just holding the camera.
Nobody knew I owned it. I owned the station. I was just holding. I was the cameraman.
But it's like nobody trying to be on some like, man, he was just a cameraman.
Right.
But you know, he could have took it that way. You know what I mean? Something like, damn, I could understand that. So, you know, certain things is like, all right, I understand. I'm apologizing because I'm a man, so I'll be like, all right, you know what? If you took it this way, it wasn't this way. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, that's the only really reason I knew how to say it. You know what I mean? But you know, even you know, past that, like, so like, you know, when they called me or whatever, and they was like, yo, we want you to jump in the battle. You know, we seen you do this, da da da. You know, tell us who you want. You know, we got some names. And it's just right off top, I'm just like, you know what, T-Top. Because I don't know what, I mean, I was just feeling like T-Top would have been the best.
Oh, that would be fire.
Yeah,
T-Top would be fire.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Fire.
Like, I was feeling like that at that point, like me and him, and, you know, in a small room, it wouldn't be that cost effective. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was really ready to go all the way down the totem pole, just to battle. Like, not totem pole as far as battle rap, I'm talking about with the money. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I was dropping significantly to just do the battle. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm not gonna say what I wanted, but it was very doable because it was a contract, and I was like, it was gonna happen. But then I'm like, you know what though? I just realized, like, yo, I had told Surf, and like, for real, like, I told him, like, yo, and I said to people, like, he gonna be the first battle that I'm gonna take. Then when you know, I decide to battle again. You know what I mean? And I didn't want that to I didn't want to do that to be, you know what I mean, whatever reason. I wanted to hold that.
You didn't want to go back on your word on
that?
I
really didn't. You know what I mean? And I really didn't, because I told that man that. You know what I mean? Now imagine if anything would have happened to mess up the battle that I told him he was gonna get. Because this been in the making for some time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a question I was gonna ask you, like.
Who, me and Surf?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I actually signed on the Battle Surf. I got paperwork. I signed on this Battle Surf with Smacking them 2 years ago.
Wow.
I got the paperwork. That's why I'm like, yo, when people be like, yo, Mook is running. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous, because I actually have, it was other battle rappers too that was, you know, on build and all of that. You know,
Mook is strategic.
They can, yeah, but they can attest to this, that I'm not lying. You know what I mean? I had paperwork. I got it, got my signature. We was all set, ready to go. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. It didn't work out on. It's not from Smacking them, and Obeezy, it's from the company, the other company involved that was putting the bread up or something. Like they went down with them too. I can't tell you. I don't know that. I'm not gonna speculate, but it just didn't happen. Okay. But I didn't just jump out the window like, yo, see, I did it. Nah, I just left it right. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like what I felt like as a brand for URL, Murda Mook, right? Being the significance of just the brand of Murda Mook, with URL or Smack, right? The way we came with each other, the way we, you know, both rose up with each other, you know, synonymous with each other, you wouldn't want that brand to be hurt. You know what I mean? Especially with something that you can prevent by letting the people know. Because, you know, like you said, the fans, they finicky. They just want, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna get into that in a second too, about battle rapping and psychology. But the fans, you know, we know how finicky the fans can be. So I feel like, you know, when you do these things and let them talk, like make these assumptions about me and what's going on, when you know they listen to you, or when you know, like, you can just stop them and be like, nah, Mook definitely signed on. Mook was really, he not running, he not being a D. Like, we had it ready to prepare, you know what I mean? All of the behind the scenes, you could put an end to that, you know what I mean? But because I don't get into it, I don't say it, I don't just jump in and, you know, after it's over, be like, yo, but look, because it's like, that's not the kind of person I am. The chips fell where they was at, and it didn't work out, then cool, you know. But I feel like, you know, that should be your obligation to protect a brand that's possibly gonna be back on your platform. That would be in your best interest to do that. Because if you don't, then one, a nigga could hit you over the head when it's time that you could get him again. Like, nah, you ain't do this, so now what? Right, you know what I'm saying? And he still, you know what I'm saying? You could, you know, if I was that kind of person. But, you know, so, you know, it's a lot more that go on behind the scenes. But I never jumped out of the window or said anything, you know what I'm saying? But I gave Surf my word. So, you know, T-Top, I spoke to T-Top because I seen T-Top put something on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand, because I'm not really into no more the banter back and forth with the battle rappers, and you know, when they start up the, you know, let's start it promoting stuff and all of that. I didn't really understand where it was coming from. So, you know, but instead of me just jumping out the window like, what nigga, you know, because a lot of battle rappers, they just, you know, you say anything and then they like, what nigga? I'm like, nah, bro, call me, because me and T-Top is cool. I'm like, yo, nah, call me. You know what I mean? Before, because I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? And then he, you know, he called me like, yo, nah, let's get busy. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I wasn't even thinking on the battle rapping tip, like, with that. And I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my man. Right. You feel me? So when he told me, and I'm like, nah, you know what, bro? Like, I'm like, yo, son, you know what I mean? I told Surf that, you know what I'm saying, this is what it was. And this is, I didn't even know Surf was coming home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, whatever. That's another question I want to find out. Like, when did the T-Top go? It wasn't because you found out he was coming home. Nah,
it wasn't. It was. I was under the impression that Surf was gonna be home in probably like August or something. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, he be home in August.
2018.
Yeah, this year. Okay. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, well, maybe we could catch something around Christmas. You know what I'm saying? This year coming up. You know what I mean? That's a year we could wait, but you know, he got home earlier, which is cool. I mean, beautiful for him. But I didn't know that or whatever. But I told Top that, and Top is like, yo, nah, I get it. You know, I understand, and you know, that's what's that. But you know, I definitely owe Top one. You know what I'm saying? So like,
that's honoring up.
Yeah, I mean, I owe him one. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I do. I owe him one, even if, you know, it probably in a small room, whatever. But you know.
Were you and Top was supposed to be volume 2? Was that the talks, or there was no event talked about, like where?
No, I think it was gonna be volume 2. Okay. Yeah, it was gonna be this one. It was gonna be this one. I mean, I wish, I'm a battle rap nigga. Like, I battle rap, so that's like my thing. But it's like, I'm not stupid either. You know what I mean?
That's why I say you one of the most strategic guys. Like Lux, he's also strategic. Hollow,
you have to be. You have to be. I mean, you have to be in anything you do.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not even just, you know, battle rapping. And like, this goes back to the point, you know, that we made earlier, that people just moving and battling, and then when it's over, You know what I'm saying? Like it's over, and then you think battle rap or you think URL. Cause ain't no pension plan. You know what I'm saying? Or grind time or whatever. I don't even all the leagues, whatever the leagues. You know what I'm saying? I just say URL because you know that's close to home here. So I would just that's the biggest league. You know, like ain't no pension plans for none of you niggas, bro. So when it's over, when you don't when you lose 4 or 5 times in a row, or they gonna be like, yo. I don't give a damn how good you was, my nigga. And which is, it ain't them. Like the NBA, even though the NBA got a pension, they got a pension, you got to stick your ass around for 5 years, but, you got a pension, but still, you see how they doing Isaiah Thomas right now? Like, you see what's happening? Isaiah Thomas was just about to get $200 million before he got injured. He was just about to get $200 million. He was maxed out the rip. He got injured. He got traded. He got traded again. Now he just trying to find his way. And Pete, now he looking like, damn, what happened, son? You know what I'm saying? Just because of something unfortunate happened, an injury, people don't care. You not performing or you not putting up, we don't give a damn. And that's how it is with everything. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you, bro. You a man. Nobody gonna feel sorry for you. So it's up to you to make sure you got your affairs in order for whatever for your stability, and make sure that it's gonna work out for you. And when you negotiate with these leagues and shit, they not negotiating to help you. They negotiating to get that's the part. They want to get the most that they can get out of you for the least amount that they can give you. So that's the back and forth. You have to do that. That's business.
That's business.
And
a bottle of water costs you, $2 or $3 somewhere, and it costs them $3 to buy 24.
Right.
So
it's not. It's no hard feelings. It's because at the end of the day, it's like it's like some things with people be like, yo, Puff was jerking people. Nah. If you gave them the contract and they signed it, you jerked yourself because you didn't have to sign it. You understand?
You could have negotiated the contract.
Yeah, you didn't have to sign it. So it's always on. That's what I've learned. To take my responsibilities, my own actions for everything I do, it's on me. Everything is.
And once you accept it and shut up.
Yeah, I used to blame people. I used to be like, but I used to do that, and then I had to learn nah, man, it's on you. So I make sure every move is strategic and
So now where are we with the whole surf battle now? What have the talks been that you might be able to talk about?
Yo, you know what's crazy? In these past 2 days, it's been the most since it's been before he went in. The last 2 days, literally last night, not even the whole 2 days. Last night and then today, I'm gonna tell you, right? Because when Surf came home, I didn't have his number. I congratulated him on Twitter and shit, but I don't think he's seen it probably with so many people. You know what I'm saying? But but I wasn't gonna go in. I was trying to let this man settle in. You know what I mean? He just came out of jail, bro. This is how ungrateful. I don't even want to say ungrateful. This is just how. I don't even know.
Insensitive?
That's a great word, man. This is just how insensitive battle rap fans are, and just battle raps. This man just came home, bro. Literally, and y'all talking about give us a battle. This man got a mother. He got family. I don't know if he got children or not.
He got a daughter.
He got a daughter. Mm-hmm. He has a daughter. Are you kidding me? And you want this man to come home and give you a battle?
Right.
Just give us a battle. What? I've been sitting next to men. I can't even get no ass. You telling me I can't get no box. You telling me to give you a battle? So I'm yo, man, I'm not doing that. He just came home. They'll holler at me when they feel it's time for them or when it's ready. You know what I mean? And it just so happened, last night I was at the seafood spot in Harlem. And I guess somebody that knew Surf was in there. So he FaceTime Surf, it was last night. So he FaceTime Surf, he put him on the phone. I'm yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? This is the first time we actually spoke through some dude that was in the seafood spot. You know what I'm saying? He FaceTimed me like, yo, what's good, what's good? He was in the studio surfing, whatever. You know, and we just started, you know, we kicked it about the battle, like, you know what I'm saying, just things. And then, you know, then today, Beasley actually hit my management or whatever, you know, about something. And, you know, they spoke, you know, and we trying to get it.
The wheels are starting to turn.
The wheels are starting to turn, okay. You know, and the wheels are starting to turn, man. And you know, it's not, you know, it ain't nothing crazy on my end, you know. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy on my end, man. You know, I mean, you know, people like Mook say he wanted 100,000, and you know what I mean, and you know, that like I don't want 100. I don't want 100. I don't, you know.
Well, I mean,
remember last one I signed on for 70. That was for surf. Last time I signed, I was 70. I was 70. You feel me? That was signed. That was supposed to be signed, sealed, to deliver for 70 bands. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm good. I don't want that either.
But I was gonna say, you know, a lot of things are happening in your life now. So you know, like 100 is still, you know.
Oh yeah,
anybody still wants
100 is 100. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, shit, 70 is 70. Right. 50 is 50. Like 50 is 50. Like, you know, it's like, you know, but people is, you know, for 50, like people like, oh, shit, we give them 50. Like it's like, you know, Mook on 50 shit. We definitely like, you know, that's the fans. Fans like, just take 50. Just take 50. Why you can't take 50? Why you can't take 50? They was practically begging for me to take 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I say I take 50, then fans be like, oh, hi, bet. You know what I'm saying? But then what if the league don't got 50 at that time? And then it's like, I just don't want it to be like, I don't want it to be like, if I say I take 50, right? And then they be like, the league be like, well, we can't do 50. I just don't want it to be like, yo, Mook is asking for too much. You understand? Because it would be 50 was just, like, we'll give you 50. We can't wait to give you 50.
Right,
but if the league don't have 50, then it'll turn into, yo, the league didn't got 50. But if you come down from, if you wanted 100 or 70, and then you go into, like, come on, that'll be any. But that's, you know, that's just talking hypothetically. But you know, we just gonna see as far as what's gonna come to, you know, fruition.
Well, hopefully it will be in that small room. I mean, I know you guys ain't gonna make the Smack Volume 2. I don't know when they're gonna do Smack Volume 3, but I am willing to wait that long for y'all to be on that Smack Volume 3.
I mean,
opposed to being on a Gnome or Summer Madness. I can wait. Of course, the fans can't. They'll take y'all battling in the bodega.
See, that's the thing, right? But no, but see, that's the thing. Like, you know, it's tricky for the leagues too, man. You know what I mean? It's tricky. It's tricky because the small room, you know, people can be like, yo, it's, you know, small room is, you know, it's because, you know, league don't got the money. You know what I mean? So they gotta kind of like, you know, but it's still a small room, right? The feeling is the same.
Now, so
it's pay-per-view now, you know. But, you know, so, but it's like, damn, we can't give a nigga the same amount of money in a small room if we want to give it to him in this room, you know what I mean? And it's like, but then, you know, a battle rapper, because, like, say if you take me and Surf, like, I was willing to do, you know, me and T-Top, small room, because that's not something that the fans really was begging for. Mm-hmm. But me and Surf, though,
think that's got to be big stage.
Imagine the fans not being able to come see that. Like, imagine smacking them being like, yo, we gonna have to put in a small room, only like 70 people allowed. Like, they gonna blow that shit up. Are you kidding me? Like, they
can't be in the building
for surfing. They like, man, they don't want to see it on no pay-per-view, bro. They gonna want to be there. You know what I mean? They gonna want to witness that live. So that's the thing. I'm like, I don't want this is me thinking about the fans. You know what I'm saying? This is what I told my management. I told Beasley and them shit that too. Like, I don't want to deprive the fans of seeing that something magnitude like that on a big stage. Even if it was me and Hollow, you know what I'm saying? To see a small room, like that would be
Urban Plaza will be, I couldn't hold the people. Y'all might have to do what's that thing? Madison Square Garden Theater.
That's you know what's funny? That's what we was gonna do for the joint I signed on. Was Surf for the 70. Facts. It was gonna be in Madison Square Garden Theater.
Wow.
Facts. It was gonna be there. Or something got to be like Terminal 5. It got to be somewhere whole. Or even go back to the joint that we did the Total Slaughter joint there.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Something big like that.
Yes.
You know,
what was that? What was that?
Hammerstein.
Hammerstein.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because if you don't, man, them fans is gonna be like, man, imagine trying to get 70 people in something like that, and it's like you gonna look and be like,
I think I was being selfish that time, dude, because I would just like to see y'all in the small room.
I mean, I would want to be in a small room. Any battle rapper want to be in a small room.
That is crazy.
Like, battle rappers want to be in a small room. Don't get it twisted. But you gotta know that's the conundrum of figuring out how to get a small room action, big names, and get the same amount of revenue or get the same amount of odds. That's the piece of that's the puzzle you gotta fit together. And it ain't for me to work it out, cause I'm not the lead. You know what I'm saying? I got some ideas. Y'all can holler at me if you want, but that's really not for me to work that out. All right, Lady Rocks, it's not for me to work that out. So I can't really tell you, but I just hope it go down, man. But the wheels is turning with me and Sue Surf.
It's going down. With him wanting to, with URL wanting to put it together, with you, I think you were the missing link. Yeah. So with you actually excited about doing it,
people always made it seem like, yo, Mook I'm the one bullshit, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not gonna just let anybody just give me anything. Like, the fans turn from why you want 100, right? So why you want 70? Why you want 50? Yo, why you want 30? Why you want 10?
Do it for free.
Do it for free. Like, yo, that's what the fans this is leaving to them. Them niggas, all they want to do is see the battle, man. They're not worrying about nothing else. So they gonna be like, man, do it for free. For the culture. Man, niggas talking about
for the vine. Nigga.
Yo, do it. Niggas talking about do it for the culture. I said, what? If you don't, man. I said, man, what a battle rapper. Who said that shit, man? Arsenal or somebody. He was like, yo, Mook, battle me for the culture outside. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not battling nobody for the culture, my nigga. Are you kidding me? I did enough free shit for the culture.
15 minutes of fame. You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. Let's go.